Louis Pasteur was born on 27 December 1822 in Dole, in the Jura region of France, and grew up in the town of Arbois. There, he later had his house and laboratory, which is now a Pasteur museum. Nostradamus died in 1566. Louis Pasteur died in 1895, over 300 years after Nostradamus, yet, in Century 1, Quatrain 25, Nostradamus writes about Pasteur by name. The lost thing is discovered, hidden for many centuries. Pasteur will be celebrated almost as a godlike figure. This is when the moon completes her great cycle, but by other rumors he shall be dishonored. In line 1, Nostradamus writes, the lost thing is discovered, hidden for many centuries. What Nostradamus is referring to is the germ theory of disease and its applications. According to Wikipedia, the germ theory of disease, also called the pathogenic theory of medicine, is a theory that proposes that microorganisms, that is, germs, are the cause of many diseases. Although highly controversial when first proposed, it is now a cornerstone of modern medicine and clinical microbiology, leading to such important innovations as antibiotics and hygienic practices. Girolamo Fracastoro was born in 1478 and died in 1553. Therefore Nostradamus, who was a medical doctor who lived during that same period, knew about Fracastoro and his work, which leads us to understand why Nostradamus, who spent years studying in Italy, was so successful in curing the plague. Nostradamus obviously used Fracastoro's eugenic method 300 years before Louis Pasteur discovered the same thing. As Nostradamus wrote, the lost thing is discovered, hidden for many centuries. A few words about Girolamo Fracastoro. He was a Venetian physician, scholar in mathematics, geography and astronomy, as well as a poet and atomist. He was born of an ancient family in Verona, Italy, and educated at Padua, Italy, where at 19 he was appointed professor at the university. On account of his eminence in the practice of medicine, Fracastoro was elected physician of the Council of Trent. A bronze statue was erected in his honor by the citizens of Padua, while his native city commemorated their great compatriot by a marble statue. Fracastoro lived and practiced in his hometown. In 1546 he proposed that epidemic diseases are caused by transferable tiny particles or spores that could transmit infection by direct or indirect contact, or even without contact over long distances. 300 years later this became understood as the germ theory of disease. That was the lost thing, hidden for many centuries. 3 centuries. Line 2 reads, Pasteur will be celebrated almost as a godlike figure. What does history say about that? Indeed, Louis Pasteur was celebrated as a godlike figure. Even today, we drink milk that has been pasteurized by Louis Pasteur's method. According to Wikipedia, Pasteur's death occurred in 1895 near Paris from complications of a series of strokes that had started in 1868. France honored Pasteur's passing with a state funeral at Notre Dame Cathedral, complete with full military honors, but his remains were reinterred in a crypt in the Institut Pasteur in Paris, where he is remembered for his work saving lives. Pasteur won the Leeuwenhoek Medal, microbiology's highest Dutch honor in arts and sciences, in 1895. He was a Grand Croix of the Legion of Honor, one of only 75 in all of France. Both Institut Pasteur and Université Louis Pasteur were named after him. In many localities worldwide, there are streets named in his honor. For example, in the USA, the medical school at Stanford University, Palo Alto and Irvine, California, Boston, Massachusetts and Polk, Florida, Junqueira, Quebec, San Salvador, Jujuy in Argentina, Yarmouth and Norfolk in the United Kingdom, Jericho and Woolgaroo in Queensland, Australia, Phnom Penh in Cambodia, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, Patna in Algeria, Tehran in Iran, Milan in Italy and Bucharest in Romania. Yes, Nostradamus was correct when, 300 years earlier, he wrote in line 2 of this quatrain, Pasteur will be celebrated almost as a godlike figure. In line 3 of the quatrain, Nostradamus wrote, this is when the moon completes her great cycle. According to Rosset, a 16th century canon and physician of Lyon, the last cycle of the moon ran from 1535 to 1889. Pasteur lived from 1822 until 1895. As Nostradamus wrote in line 3, 300 years earlier, when the moon completes her great cycle. In line 4, Nostradamus wrote, but by other rumors he, Pasteur, shall be dishonored. In 1995, after having thoroughly read Pasteur's lab notes, the science historian Gerald L. Geisen declared that Pasteur had given a misleading account of the preparation of the anthrax vaccine used in the experiment at Pouilly-le-Fort. Also, in Pasteur's day, Pasteur's findings saved the French silk industry, but prior to the successful termination of his studies, he had been subjected to a great deal of criticism for his lack of success. Furthermore, the seed merchants themselves spread rumors about his lack of success, because they feared the financial loss that might be incurred. Finally, let's read the entire quatrain again. The lost thing is discovered, hidden for many centuries. Pasteur will be celebrated almost as a godlike figure. This is when the moon completes her great cycle, but by other rumors he shall be dishonored.